This is Gerardo Del Real live here at the 2024 Beaver Creek Precious Metals Summit. Joining me today on a historic day, the CEO of GoldMining Inc., Mr. Alastair. Still, Alastair, it's great to see you.
Pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me on today.
Record high gold price, gotta feel good. How's the conference treating you thus far?
It's actually great to see some optimism back in the space. We've got a long way to go to get back to the optimism in the general markets of where we were, but certainly record high gold price is a good sign. There's some enthusiasm amongst the groups here, some optimism. We haven't seen that for a while. We keep plugging away, doing good work in our projects, coupled with a gold price that's going in the right direction, with the market also gaining some momentum. It's lining up to be a good time ahead.
Let's give people an overview of gold mining, because I know there's going to be a lot of new eyes on gold companies that have tons of ounces for pennies on the dollar. And then we'll talk this new copper discovery, because that looks pretty exciting as well. But for those not familiar with the gold mining story, can you just provide them a brief overview of the resource profile?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, gold mining for more than a decade was an asset acquirer. Our founder and co-chairman, Amir Adnani, had been spending years scouring the globe in the Americas looking for gold-rich assets. He picked those up basically for 10 cents on the dollar during the last downturns in the cycle. So we have this large portfolio of assets which we've now begun a process of unlocking value for, unbundling while we add value to our balance sheet as we look for additional discoveries, advance those projects, and creating value for our shareholders. So it's an exciting time to have a big portfolio of assets underpinned by a large holding of cash and securities.
Let's talk about the gold profile. How many ounces across all categories now?
It's a big profile. We've got 7 projects in our mineral resources, each with 1 million ounce gold equivalent or more. So a total of 12.5 million measured and indicated gold equivalent ounces, and a further 9.7 million gold equivalent ounces inferred. So a very large package of resources.
And now we're adding some copper to the mix. Let's talk copper.
Yeah, copper's great. I mean, copper north of $4 a pound is important. We have a number of our projects that have copper within them occurring with the gold, and copper makes up just under 20% of the commodity value of our resources. So it's important, but it's a secondary metal occurring with us, which gives us a lot of extra strategic importance on our projects.
Given the profile and the large resource base, are you getting majors that are chatting with you and then a little bit more interested than they have maybe in years past?
I think as a general theme at this conference, what we've seen is that we've seen a gold ticker rising. So the spot price has risen, the equities haven't kept pace. And what that drives is M&A opportunity for the majors. They're seeing ounces they can buy for the juniors cheaper than they can go and explore them for, with a lot more confidence that they're already there. So we're starting to see that sort of uptick in the M&A activity. The majors have portfolios of assets that they're depleting as they mine. They need to replenish those. So they're now tapping on the shoulders of juniors such as ours, and these projects are becoming more scarce, sought after, and that's exactly what we have and exactly what they're looking for.
You're cashed up, you have a lot of gold, you're in great jurisdictions, you're exploring finally. I know I was a proponent for years about getting out there and adding to that asset base. You guys are doing a brilliant job of it. It's a great time to be out here, and I agree with the sentiment that it should be a fun rest of the year.
Absolutely. We just had results out earlier this week, some new discoveries around our deposit in Brazil, the San Jorge deposit. Remember, that's the first time we've drilled that in more than 12 years. So it's exciting to be back on the ground. We're finding new things, expanding the potential for it. Exciting times ahead. Stay tuned.
Alastair, thank you, sir.
Pleasure.